Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotion. It's a beautiful Lord's Day, and this is the very first Sunday we've asked those of you from East Campus to join us down at Main Campus for just a few weeks while we get our new building finished. We've already gotten everything moved out of the Shangri-La Mall. We've gotten everything stripped, the tiles, the ceilings, everything is out of there. The wiring, the air conditioning, everything's out. They're installing everything now at the new East Campus. Just a little while ago in the building committee, I was looking at the new tiles that they're going to put into our water baptismal tank for East Campus. So we're going to be able to water baptize people at East Campus. I'm so excited. I can't wait till our first water baptismal service for East Campus. So give us just a few weeks and we'll be moving into our beautiful new 1,000-seat hall. No columns, no pillars, everything's clear spanned. It'll be very, very beautiful. Let me walk with you today back to John chapter 5, beginning with verse 16. So because Jesus was doing these things on the Sabbath, the Jews persecuted him. Jesus said to them, "My Father is always at work to this very day, and I too am working." For this reason, the Jews tried all the harder to kill him, not only because he was breaking the Sabbath, but he even calling God his own Father, making himself equal to God. Jesus gave them this answer: "I tell you the truth, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son does also." Now, there's two beautiful truths I want you to see here. Number one, I want you to see that the Father is always working. Look at verse 17. He's always at his work to this very day, and I too am working. Both the Father and the Son are perpetual hard workers. You are never going to find a time where God is just sitting around going, "Gee, I've got absolutely nothing to do. I think I'll lay around in a swimming pool and talk in tongues." That's not God. God is always working. He's always busy, but he's never too busy. Now let me define what I mean by that. A church member came to me one day and I said, "Why didn't you come by and see me last week?" And said, "Oh, Pastor, I know you're too busy and I didn't want to interrupt you and you're always busy." And I smiled at them and I said, "But I'm not too busy for you." I said, "What would you like me to do? Sit in my office and fold my hands and look at the table and just twiddle my thumbs and go, 'Gee, I'll just sit here and wait until somebody needs me'? Of course not. I'm going to be working, but whenever you need me, I'm available." Now that's the thing that you have to learn about God. He's always at work. He's a perpetual motion machine, so to speak. He's always busy doing something. That's God. And that's also Jesus. Jesus was a very, 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 very hard worker. Sometimes I think if Jesus walked the earth among the ministers today, he'd shake everybody up because they'd say, "Oh, you're too driven." Yeah, he was driven. He was a hard worker. But the other thing I want you to see about the hard work of the Father and the Son is that Jesus only did what he saw his Father doing. Now, you and I have to learn, if we're going to be successful, we need to learn to have eyes to see what God is doing. There's a lot of good things to be doing, but there's not a lot of God things to be doing. Now let me say that again. It's a very simple, cliche statement, I know, but it gets across my truth. There's a lot of good things to be doing, but there are very few things that God is doing. Now, if you and I, if we want to be successful, would learn to not be distracted by all the other things and just, like Jesus, what do I see my Father doing? Lord, give me eyes to see what the Father is doing. I don't want to go do what other people are doing. I don't want to join the proverbial bandwagon and be like everybody else. I don't want to go preach the same doctrines that everybody else is preaching. I don't want to go do the same programs everybody else is doing. I don't want to run my business the same way everybody else is running their business. Father, show me what you're doing. And if we'll have eyes to see what the Father is doing, then we'll really be successful.